Chess is more than a game. It's strategy, it's intelligence, it's friendship. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my channel. The game has just begun.
Hi chess friends, I'm here to show you the game number 8 that was played today by Magnus Carlsen and Ian Nepomniachtchi. In this game, Carlsen plays with white pieces and Nepo with black pieces. Carlsen has 1 point more Nepo. He has one in the game number 6. You can check it in my channel. It's one of most beautiful games that ever played in a World Championship edition of chess. Okay, now we can begin with this game. Carlsen opened with e4, e5 by Nepo, knight f3, knight f6, d4, and knight capture for e4. Bishop d3, attacking the knight, and d5 by Nepo. Knight capture for e5, knight d7, and knight capture for d7, bishop capture for d7. Typical opening. Knight d2, knight for d2, bishop for d2, and bishop d6. Here there was several options. You can try to make some move like this, for example, check, but change queen maybe is too soon. So, or you can play move like this and capture, and here Nepo can castle here, queen side, but here Nepo decide to play bishop d6. We have this 2 pair beautiful bishop on this diagonal, and for both player, because Carlsen has the same pair of bishop. So here Carlsen prepare to castle by Carlsen, and h5 by Nepo. This is a new move. We have a completely new position in at now, and normally here castle is a typical move. For example, can play follow like move like this. Here black can save with g6, or for example f5, and here Carlsen can continue with this move like this, and for example bishop e8. If Carlsen capture, Nepo capture, for example, and if Carlsen move the queen, it can continue in this way. But here Nepo decide to play a variation, h5, and here Carlsen thinks a lot, over 30 minutes, to find a solution for this move, because this move seems dangerous. This pawn can be dangerous really, because the idea of Nepo is a push, and this pair of bishop with this pawn, the queen and the rook can be dangerous, and Carlsen has to figure out about this situation. And here, after a lot of time, he plays queen e1 check. Here Nepo play king f8. You can play move like this, like bishop, because here follows bishop b5 and you lose the game. You can see that you not lose the game maybe, but you go in a bad position. So here maybe the best move recommended by the engine is queen e7 and change the queen, but Nepo want to do something of new and play king f8. Okay, bishop b4 forced the change of bishop for Carlsen, and queen e7 by Nepo. Bishop capture, queen capture for d6, and now queen d2 by Carlsen. He has to get free this square e1 for the rook. Rook e8 by Nepo and rook e1 by Carlsen, typical development on the open e file of the rook. And rook h6 by Nepo. A little strange move, but for now it's okay. The computer has give a little advantage of Carlsen, but this is not a completely perfect evaluation by computer, so it's still a draw position. This is the point. So queen g5 by Carlsen, putting pressure and putting the queen in a nice square, g5, and c6, controlling d5 more. Here Carlsen capture, Nepo capture with the bishop. This bishop here guards f7, and now rook e1. Carlsen take other rook on the e file open. Queen f6 by Nepo, and here Carlsen come back with the queen. Queen e3, threatening checkmate on e8. Bishop d7, so you have no problem of this move or this move because there is a queen, so no checkmate. And here Carlsen plays h3, h4 by Nepo, and c4 by Carlsen. This is a typical move. Here, if black capture, Carlsen can activate the bishop on the strong diagonal and put in pressure of f7. Here Nepo capture. Pawn for c4 and bishop for c4. A nice bishop. Really nice bishop. b5 by Nepo. And this is a mistake because here Nepo maybe was a little nervous or something else because he has missed something. This is a move that made go in a bad position Nepo, because here you have to be careful for move like queen a3 check, and you can play, for example, move like this, or move the king, but here, for example, move like this. But here Nepo, this is the best move, king g8, to escape from queen h3 check, because if you do king g8, Carlsen can move here, queen h3, but here Nepo can defend, simply. But here Nepo missed this, probably not the move queen h3, but the whole combination, and plays b5, attacks the bishop. But this is a bad move. Queen a3 check, and attacking the opponent this time. Here Nepo moves the king, g8, and here Carlsen decide instead come back with the bishop, play active and hits a pawn, gain a pawn. queen a7, and with this move he's threatening to hit the bishop of Nepo, so Nepo here can't capture, because here Carlsen captures the bishop, and we are in this position where Carlsen has 6 pawn, Nepo has 5 pawn, but this pawn are so weak, so not a position to play. And this a pawn is so dangerous because it can be pushed until the queen on a8, so not a good position to play. So here Nepo has a lot of option. He could play move like this, bishop h3. The idea is if Carlsen capture, here Nepo can capture, and he has this bad structure, and this king is open, is weak, so but you have to be careful, because if you play move like this, you can play simply this combination, queen for h7 check, queen for f7, and now instead of bishop here for f7 and king for f7 and g for h3, with a draw position, I think that it is a draw position, because you can play this. It's not a bad position for black. Not enough to win, but enough to draw. But here, after this, you can play this move, rook e8. The queen is pinned, can't capture the rook, and rook make check here, and it's so strong, because here you have to move the king. You can move here, for example, the only square, and here Carlsen can capture again the queen of Nepo, and now is Nepo move, but he has to retreat the bishop. For example, after retreat the bishop here, you have this bad position where Carlsen have 5 pawns against 4 of Nepo, and this king is so bad, whereas the king of Carlsen can be activated soon. So, and this bishop is so strong. So Nepo doesn't play move like this, bishop h3, for this reason. Here engine suggests, yeah, maybe this, but at the first view engine suggests this, or move like this, but here he's better Carlsen. Here Nepo decide to play queen d8, defend the bishop. So here Carlsen plays queen b3, a quiet move but strong. He saves the bishop, and he keeps his bishop in this strong diagonal. This bishop is so strong here, so there is no reason to move bishop in square like this, or here to defend on f1. No problem. He has to keep here, and this bishop can do an excellent work to put pressure on f7. Nepo plays rook d6. The idea of this move is after the move of bishop, it can put pressure on this pawn, d4 pawn, that the weak pawn of Carlsen, isolated pawn. But you have to be careful, because when you move the bishop, the queen can attack this the f7 pawn. So here Carlsen simple plays the best move recommended by the engine, rook e4. The idea of this move is a threat of capturing of h4. Why? Because if, for example, Nepo play, I don't know, but move like this, for example. Here Carlsen can not move like this, sorry. Move like this or g6. I don't know, but a casual move, okay? To show you the threat, for example, this. Here Carlsen can capture the rook, because with the rook the pawn, because here Nepo will capture on h4, and here Carlsen can check b8 and takes the rook, so the rook. So this is the reason. This move is so strong. It activates the rook, defends his pawn, and he can put pressure with the rook f4 attacking this point. So the best move recommended by the engine, and Carlsen made it. So bishop e6 by Nepo. Nice move to defend, but the position is bad. Here you can't capture, because if you capture with the queen, there is no more this check, because it can protect with the queen. So not good like before. Before there was a bishop to block this, okay, to block the defending of the rook, and then the rook coming on d8. There was a bishop on d7 that blocked the rook for the coming of d8. Okay, so here Carlsen takes the bishop for e6, rook for e6, and now rook for e6 and pawn for e6, and we have this position where Nepo is really in trouble. 6 pawn against 4, but this is isolated pawn, and this is a bad pawn, and Carlsen here has an advantage for the pawn structure and for the safety of king. His king is completely safe. You have to care about it when you play a final in a chess. You have to care about of the structure of the pawns and of the safety of the king, and King Carlsen is completely safe, whereas King's Nepo is open. So here Carlsen plays queen c5, a nice centrality move of the queen. In this way he continued to defend the pawn on d4, and queen a5 of Nepo. If Nepo doesn't play this, is completely lost, because the idea of Carlsen, for example, in front of move like this, the idea of Carlsen is play b3 and then a4 and push this pawn, create a pass pawn. For example, move like this, casual move, create a pass pawn, and this pawn on a file is so strong and is unstoppable. So here Nepo plays queen a5, attacks the pawn, and here Carlsen can hit the pawn on c6. It's the only way you can continue to defend. I show you can't continue, because then a pawn, it's too dangerous. So here Carlsen capture, queen for c6, here Nepo capture. Now before check, sorry, queen e1 check, and king h2, queen for f2 by Nepo. He has no chance. He wants to make some perpetual check, but Carlsen, yeah, it's easy to play for Carlsen. Queen e6 check, for e6 check, gain a pawn and check, and h7. And Carlsen now has to only keep attention about perpetual check. You can push here, because if you push, you risk to do a draw. For example, move like this, it's a draw, completely draw position. And if you move here, you risk to make a draw. So it's important, pay attention about this. So you can push the pawn, but Carlsen play queen e4. Here Nepo plays king g8 and b3 by Carlsen. Queen capture for e2, queen e8 check, king h7, queen b5, queen f2, queen e5, queen b2, queen e4 check, king g8, queen d3, queen f2, queen c3, queen f4 check, king g1, king h7, and now queen d3, g6, queen d1, king e3, queen e3 check, king h1, g6, and g5. Arrivo. g4, h4, g4, h3, queen f3, and in this position Nepo resigned. He was in a bad condition psychological, and yeah, in this way Carlsen has 2 points more and he has a huge advantage. Thank you for watching my video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and thank you very much, and see you soon. Bye.